Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is Sunday, the 8th of September, 2024. Welcome to Edwin Talk, right? So on Sunday, I figured that, during the week, we're looking at the portfolio all week. And on Sunday, it's time to just have a conversation and talk about pretty much anything and everything. So in the future, this will be the day we do a live. Um, if we're not doing live on other days, but this will be the day that we'll do a live and listen to everybody else can come call in, and we can have a conversation about what is going on with the portfolio or anything else that you guys want to talk about, right? Because the goal of this channel is to generate income and live a life stress-free of money. So if you're making all the money but don't have all the resources, to put that money into after you earn it, as far as buying a property or buying a place abroad or stuff like that, then making all the money is useless, right? Because you want to be able to live free of stress and different things that we work hard for every day in our life, right? Now, I'll go too deep into it. As you can see, the channel, the number keeps going up. Right now, we are 124 as of today, and I just want to continue to thank you guys for subscribing to the channel and watching the content. The video I just posted yesterday, and we're going to talk about that, right? How I'm becoming a millionaire right before you guys' eyes. Now, even though this journey started some time back, but in the last month or so, I've been posting more on this channel. This channel is fairly new. It haven't been around for too long. Let's go here, right? The channel haven't been around for too long. The channels were opened in October last year, right? I opened this channel when I purchased my property in Cartagena. When I was working on that property, I opened this channel because I wanted to give back. But at the time, I wasn't sure how to do it. So I made one or two videos here and there about the property that I bought, what I was doing, and stuff like that. But, a lot of people was like, oh, well, you got plenty of money, you rich, all that other stuff. But people don't understand how the sacrifices we make to get to where to get rich, as people will say, to get rich or become a millionaire and all that stuff, right? So as the channel evolved, the road to a millionaire it can go a lot of ways. Some people do it to real estate, some people do it to trucking, some people do it to a 9 to 5. People do it to investment in the stock market. Some people do it in a lot of different ways. I, for one, I'm doing it with both, right? So I'm doing it with real estate and I'm doing it in the market. So real estate covers, I would say almost half of my net worth. And then the other 40%, well, real estate covers maybe 60% of my net worth right now. And the other, I would say 45%, maybe 45% is in the market. But I believe that I will hit millionaire status through the market, right? I mean, if the real estate market go up, another $100,000, $200,000, then I would do it to, the housing market. And if I was to buy another property, that will add to that net worth on the property side. But I'm still looking. All right, but right now with the dividend that's coming in and being reinvested, because I'm not living off of the full amount that I'm getting, I'm only using a very smidget of it. Not even I won't even say I'm using 20% or 10%. Maybe I'm using 10% of the money that's coming in to pay for my Tesla. But the rest of the money is being reinvested back into the market at this point. Now, as I grow this portfolio and start, I just put $200 into my E-Trade portfolio. I haven't used that in a while, but as from what I've learned, E-Trade offer more margins. So if I can get that portfolio started and start to invest, I have some stuff that I invested in E-Trade. I've been sitting there since 2022. Not a lot, maybe $100 or so. I can't even remember now what it was, but it was two things for sure. One of them went to zero, and I had to pay the difference in that. But I haven't really used that portfolio, that brokerage in a while. So putting money in there to add to the growth of my retire early fund will help. So you guys need to understand one thing, right? Investing in the market, it requires patience. Now, even though now I invest in more riskier ETFs or stocks, but in the back end, I have a lot of things that pay between 1 to 5% in dividend. So, as I stated before, I do that because if everything goes bust, I still have that $20,000-$30,000 a year, regardless, that I'm going to be getting, that I can live comfortably in South America, which is where I want to stay. Colombia, the Dominican Republic, and maybe somewhere else, another country that I can make. Maybe two more places that I can go and stay 4 months, 3 months, and then leave, go stay 3 months and leave at the time. And then when I'm not there, I can put those properties for rent, because I want to buy in those places, right? And then put those properties for rent while I'm not there for the time, so it can generate income. And even I don't have to stay the entire time. I can circle, a month at a time, and go back around, or however I want to, and to make sure the income is flowing. There's not really an interruption with the income that's coming into those properties. Okay, so that's another thing. Now, everybody want to become a millionaire, right? That's the thing. Everybody want to be a millionaire. Everybody want to be rich, but with more success come more problems, right? You're gonna have people that are gonna be envy, jealousy. You're gonna get those things, right? Because people, when you're working hard and struggling to get to where you need to get to, the same people that's going to be talking bad about you, right? They're saying, oh, you're going to fail, for whatever reason, they just have bad things to say. And you got to use those things as how you say it, as rocket fuel to motivate you, right? When people tell me, well, you can't do this, okay, well, watch me now. Because you tell me I can't do it, I got to work twice as hard to prove you wrong. Because, how can you tell somebody, oh, no, you can't do such and such and such? Instead of motivating them, say, hey, man, do it, give it a shot. The worst thing that can happen, you can fail. Okay, so, and the best thing that can happen, you can be successful at it and make a living out of it. So, it's either all right. You can either do good or you don't do good. So when I started investing into the market, I got the video there. I saw the video with my $2,000 portfolio that I've had. I think at that point I've already been investing for maybe 6 months, right? And at the time my job was only paying me 50% of my salary. So, and I was just putting in whatever I could to invest in the market. But when I got my $1, I was so excited. I think I was more happy when I received those $1 and $2 dividend than now that I'm receiving, $6,000, $7,000, almost $7,000 now a month, or almost 6,000 a month. In this case, this month we're going to be going up to 6,000 next month, right? So it's like me sitting there and receiving this amount of money now. Every now and then I got to pinch myself to make sure it's me, because I still remember when I got those $1, $2, and how excited I was. Now I think, when people make more money, they want to make more money, right? That would they said the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, because the rich people always look for another avenue to put their money to bring them back more money. As poor people, we only look for survivor for the next day, our next meal, right? Because we got this rope that's pulling us down back to being poor, instead of thinking about way to breathe and not suffocate, right? By thinking outside the box, like, what can I do? For me, I know I don't want to have. I always know I didn't want to be in the U.S., right? But where can I go and live a good life and not be stressed? Just the other day, right? I think it was when it was a couple of days ago. The 14-year-old kid went into the school and unalived, I think, like 4 people, 2 teachers and 2 students. And from what I was reading, for the amount of days we have in the year, and you compare it to the school shooting, it's like 2 people get unalived every day, based on the average amount of shooting and people that get unalive in a year in the United States. And this happened in Georgia, not in Atlanta. It happened in Georgia, probably about maybe a few hours away from Atlanta. Okay, and our prayers go to the family. I feel bad. I know that the person who did that, his dad got arrested. I don't know for what, and he was being held. So I'm not sure, but I haven't really been focusing on that. So these type of things, it make me like, when I talk to my daughter, she in school, I always ask her, where you going, who you with. Now she's a teenager, of course. Sometimes she's like, Dad, why you asking me all these questions? Because I'm concerned. I even said, you know what, I'm gonna sell the house here in Atlanta and buy maybe a condo out there. Maybe we can live. You can live in the condo with me, and when I'm not there, you have the place to yourself. But at least for 4 years, I can be close to you, because you the baby now that's out. I got Evie, who's 19 months old now, but her sister is going to university and she's away from me. Evie with her mom taking care of her, her other siblings are taking care of her, but she's by herself. So I worry about that, right? Because that's my little girl. So when we look at all of these things, I've never heard of any mass shooting, as far as in schools and stuff like that in any of these places that I want to go to. Now, everything is not perfect, but for me, even at home, I don't really go anywhere. I stay in the house all day. I'm on my computer all day working. So if I travel, it's pretty much the same. I want to go places when people invite me, or if I know somebody that I want to get something done, I go get it done. But I'm pretty much a homebody, and living a stress-free life in the U.S. But I want to be more free, because the dollar can go a long way outside the U.S. So when you think about it, and you're like, what am I going to do, right? And if you want to get started, you need to open a brokerage account. Look in the description. I'm going to have Moomoo. I will have M1. I'm going to have, what else I'm going to have in there? Maybe I have Webull or Robinhood. All of those brokerage in there, you can set up an account, right? And in those brokerage, you can set up an account, and whatever the minimum is, you put in the minimum. The company will give you some money on top of the money you put in there. So you can open the account, right? And then once you meet the requirements to get whatever rewards they're going to give you, you're going to receive those rewards. right? So let's say if you have to put in $100 in each one of those accounts, you can open an account and put the $100 in. You can do each one of the account, or you can do the first one. Once you get whatever the reward is, you take your $100 out and move it to the next account. And once you sign up, you get the reward at that time that fits that requirement. So you might can move that $100 around, or you can just do it. And then once you get the funds they're gonna give you, you can invest in each one of those accounts. You can have different things, right? The reason I stopped buying in M1, because M1 is more for beginners, I think, because you cannot really buy limit orders. You only buy whatever the market rate is. You put in your buy, whatever the market rate is, you buy it. That's why I stopped using M1. I still have an account in M1. Whenever you guys use my M1 link, right? M1 gives me $5 or whatever, and that money is invested into the M1 portfolio. That's why my M1 portfolio still have like $200 or whatever it is in there, because of course I really haven't been pushing those links like I do now for you guys to sign up and get your account set up, right? So you can do, and then Robinhood is not the best, but of course it's one of the easiest to use, because it got an easy to use app you can put on your phone, and you can buy through them. And the thing is, I keep preaching, you got to remember to be consistent, right? So if you're using any one of these apps, you have to be consistent. You have to always, you can do it weekly, you can do it daily. You can put your $100 in there and say, I want to buy $1 every day, $2 every day. For me, I don't really do that. If I have $500 and put it in each one of those accounts, I'm going to buy what I need at that point, right? And then when the dividend come in for that month or the next month, depending on when you buy, you might receive dividend that month or the next month. So when that dividend come in, that dividend going to rebuy. So at the end of the month, if you look at whatever dividend you get, it's going to, the next month, the dividend going to be more, by a little bit, because you have more shares, or more, right? You own more of that particular company. Now you can say, "Oh, Edwin, I don't know what to buy. I don't know what to do." Okay, I have stuff that I buy. You can see my portfolio sometime when I'm showing information. You can see what's in there. But if you don't know what you want to buy, you can say, "Okay, well, you like Nike. You wear Chelsea is my team. Chelsea wear Nike jersey. I got on the Puma shirt right now. I like Pumas also. I don't invest in Puma as a stock. At one point, I think I had Nike, but I sold. I might still have it. I need to check in my other portfolio. I think I sold out of Nike. But I'm just giving you an example on things you can buy, right? Like the company that make toothpaste, company that make medicine, whatever you believe in, you can buy. I know some people they don't buy certain stocks, like the stocks that make the cigarette stocks. They don't buy those stocks because they don't care about smoking, or they don't want smoking that affect other people. For me, I don't care right now. I mean, you want to smoke. People smoke by choice. They get addicted because the people put stuff in nicotine. It's addictive. But I got to make money. People got to make money. So I invest in those things until they become obsolete. Then I will stop investing in that. But you can invest in whatever you want, right? So I'm just giving an example. Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Walmart, Lowe's, Costco. And you don't have to buy the whole stock at one time. You don't have to buy one share at a time. You can buy dollar worth, $2, $3. The main thing is to be consistent, right? It's to be consistent. And once you are consistent, over time, you don't really feel it. I promise you guys. Once you are consistent, over time you will have the similar problem that I have, not having enough money to invest. And once you get comfortable, I mean, that's why we got the Discord, right? Go to Discord, you push your questions in the Discord. You can push your questions in the comments or whatever. But if you have questions, more detailed questions, post them in the Discord. Sign up to the Discord. Join the Discord. It's free, right? Join the Discord. It is free. We have a few people in the Discord right now, right? But you need to sign up and join the Discord. And I mean, that's the main thing. Once you sign up and join the Discord, You can put anything in there, and the Discord is in the description. So everything is in the description. When you guys go to the video, everything is in the description. Now, FIRE, financial independent, retire early, right? So it's two parts. The first part is financial independent, and the second part is retire early. There's not everybody who want to do the second part. Most people want to have that FU money so they can leave their job at any time, right? But you can leave your job at any time, but what do you do after? Are you going to get another job? You're going to get, hobbies, go into YouTube like me, make more YouTube videos. Now, I am planning for my retirement. So this YouTube is something that keeps me busy. At least I know every day I got to put a couple of hours into making videos, right? And I have to, when I check in my portfolios and other things I check during the day, those are into that 2 hours a day, right? That I work, that was considered to be work just for YouTube. If I wasn't doing YouTube, then in the daytime, I'd probably just be working 15 minutes. If I didn't have a regular job, I would only be working 15 minutes a day, right? But with YouTube, I work up maybe 2 hours a day worth of YouTube videos because I have to make the videos. Most time I might have to edit the videos, depending on what I thought I did and what I didn't do. Right? I don't really cut things out. I just make sure my account information and stuff is not showing when I try to do something else. So I will go back and check those parts. But other than that, I don't really do too much editing. And sometimes the videos are long, sometimes the videos are short. But this is my way of giving back, right? So people can say, well, you make all this money, now you need to give back. I'm giving back the best way I can. I don't have to give people money, but they say you can take a horse to the river, but you can't make them drink. So look at me as the river that I'm providing source of information, right? And I'm not only just giving you information, I am showing you what I'm doing and what I'm getting in return, right? So you can say, oh, he just talking, man, what is the proof? He just talking. No, I'm showing you the proof every day. Well, my portfolio went up to 77,000 a year, and it dropped back down to 75, and it went back to 76. I show you guys, right? The dividend go up and down. I told you guys that. It go up and down, right? The goal is to get it to keep on going up, but it goes up and down, right? So, I show you guys. Last week, my portfolio was down big time, right? Now, tomorrow, Monday, we're going to see how the market's going to go. Now, if the market goes sideways again, I might not buy nothing, or I might buy maybe spend $5,000 in each portfolio and then wait until the next day and see how it goes. Now, if it keep going sideways, I'm going to wait because, of course, I don't want to run out of money and then my portfolio going pretty crazy. So you got to do it the best way you can and how you feel comfortable, right? So, but I'm giving you guys gems on what I'm doing. You can learn from my mistakes. Like I said, 5 years ago when I started, I invested in all safe positions. I still invest in safe positions. When I say safe positions, now I'm hitting that stuff under 10%. You can invest in positions under 10% or even under 15%. There are a lot of good higher yield dividend stocks out there or ETFs out there under 15%. That, like I said, you can go to sleep early and don't have to worry about nothing. Because they're going to pay you monthly or quarterly, however way the payment structure is for those dividends, right? So, FIRE, financial independence, retire early. Once you get financially independent, then, it's up to you if you want to keep working because you love your job so much. You can keep working. But one thing I know a lot of people who work and they die, and God forbid, and the next day somebody else is doing their job. The company is going to continue to run, whether you are there or not. So people say, oh, my company needs me. They don't need you. Because they can replace you in a heartbeat when they think you're not doing a good job, or they can find somebody better and cheaper to do what you're doing. They're going to cut you. I've seen it done. It's happened to me before, right? Because sometimes they don't value what you do, and then when they cut you and then you leave, and they call you and say, hey, We need to do this. How do we do it? I'm like, well, call the person you just hired, right? You hired that guy to do my job because you thought he was going to do it better than me. So you guys figured it out. I'm out. I'm on the next. I'm on the next thing. So that's how it is. So the retire early part is you can retire early. Even in Europe, the Europeans don't pay as much money as we make in the U.S. So you can still take your $30,000 to Europe and live good in Europe. You can take your $30,000 to Asia and live good. You can take your $30,000 to Africa and live good. I mean, Africa is expensive, but people don't know that. To live the same kind of life you will live in the U.S., it's going to be a little bit more expensive than probably a lot of other places around the world. So you have to really plan that properly because Africa can be expensive to have the same amenities and things that you're used to in the U.S. So don't just say, oh, well, I want to do it, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to start. Those are all excuses. And I'm telling you guys every day, just open your brokerage account. It's the first step. Open a brokerage account. Once you open a brokerage account, attach your bank account to it. Once you attach your bank account to your brokerage account, schedule a transfer, right? It depends on the brokerage. Fidelity is good, but all the other ones that I named, Fidelity don't give you nothing back for opening a brokerage account. So if you first going to open a brokerage, open it in those other ones. They're going to give you something back. Even like Moomoo, I think when you open an account with Moomoo or Webull, they give you like 15 free stocks and stuff like that. I mean, that's a lot. 15 free stocks, and you can keep those stocks for a certain period of time, a month or two, and then sell them and then buy dividend stock if they're not dividend, or you just keep them and keep investing. If they're good, like a Tesla, a Microsoft and stuff like that, you can still keep them because they're one or two, but over time they're going to grow, and it's free. You didn't pay for it. And then buy what you really want to buy. I'm dividend passport bro. I'm a passport bro. I invest in dividend. So it's just simple, right? Dividend passport bro. So you can be who you are, how you want to do it, and invest in what you want to do. But the main thing I keep preaching is to start. And they do fractional share these days. So you want to make sure you have a brokerage that allow you to invest in fractional share. Fractional share is the way and what the hell is fractional share? Well, it's like having a phone and you have to pay for a piece of the phone at a time until you pay the whole phone off. You're paying for a fraction of the phone. So you can put a dollar until you pay the $1,600 phone off and you own that phone, right? Fraction of the phone. That's the best way I can put it. Well, I'll have to look up a definition to give you guys, right? As you guys watch me, I don't use all these big words, these big analogies and stuff. I try to keep it simple because I learned it as simple, and that's the same way I'm going to give it back to you guys. Simple for you guys to understand, right? So you can buy a fraction of a share, and you're still going to own that $1 into that company. So you can say, I own Walmart, I own Tesla, right? I own Walmart, I own Tesla. Well, how much you own in Tesla? Well, I got $1 in Tesla. Now people will laugh at you, man, move here with $1 in Tesla. But next month, you're going to have $2 in Tesla. Or next week, or however you want to do it. And over time, that's going to grow. The main thing is grow. Now, I always say when people are like, well, I got 10,000, I want to invest. How much can I get from 10,000? It's depending on your risk level. It depends on your risk level. I mean, you can invest 10,000 and get $200 or $300 every month in dividend. Is that enough for you? Now, if you reinvest that $200 every month, by the end of the year, that $200, that's $1,200. I mean, $2,000. What am I talking about? That $200 a month, that's $2,000, right? $2,400. What am I talking? $2,400. $2,400 a year from $10,000. Now, the next year, you have your 10 plus the new 1,200, 2,400. that you got from that 10. So now you have 12,200. I mean 12,400. So now you're not getting money just on the 10,000. You get the money on 12,400. Right? So you might get 300 this year. And every month that money is going to go up. The dividend you receive. Because you might get 300 this month, next month you might get 310 or 320 or 330, and the next month 350, and that's how the money compound. It compound. So if you say, well, I want to retire early and I need only $2,000 a month, by the time you hit $35,000 or 50 up to between 35 and 50,000, depending on the yield, you will be at that number, right? You will be at that number. But I always say you want to have more than what you need. Because if you need 2,000 and you get in 2,000, if something happened, that's what you need to live off of, right? You might need to have maybe 3,000 or 4,000 because you need to be reinvesting some of that money. So if you're reinvesting 1,000, that 1,000 gonna be bringing you money, and the next year that 1,000 gonna be adding to the exact. You understand what I'm saying? That 1,000 gonna be adding to what you're getting. So that extra 1,000 gonna be maybe next year 500, and the following year is gonna be an extra 2,000 that you're gonna be getting that you don't need, and then that 2,000 gonna turn to 3,000. The money compound, it grows. I would have said that compounding is the next wonder of the word, the eighth wonder of the word. Compounding, right? That compound snowball. When you start building a snowball, it's very tiny, right? But when you roll it around in the snow, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you take that snowball and roll it down the hill, as it rolling down the hill, it picking up a little bit more snow. So by the time that snowball gets down the hill, from a little snowball is big, is very big. You can see right, my hand is outside of it, but it's very big, and that's why they call it the dividend snowball, because as that money compound, it grows, right? So if you're only living off of a small portion of that, the rest is still growing. So you might have that, and then as the rest grows, you can keep investing in a higher yield, or you can put some money in a safer fund that pay less yield, but it's nothing guaranteed, right? I'm not even going to use the word guaranteed, but it's much safer no matter what. They've been around for years. They've been paying dividend for over 50 years, right? They're lower, but you can put some money in those, because over time, the money grows. So, this is one of those videos where we just, like I said, I talk about different things. And then if you're like, oh, I want to buy a property, well, you're buying property overseas, depending on what you're buying. If it's in DR, you might need between 20 to 40% or 20 to 50% up front for the value of the property, right? That you have to pay. And then there might be some other stuff. So you might need maybe 60% by the time you're done. And then the bank might finance you. In Colombia, you need 100%. So if you're buying a property that's $40,000, you need all of that $40,000. And you can get a loan in the U.S., personal loan, and pay that big interest. But you will own something in Colombia, depending on how often you go to Colombia. You will own something there, and when you're not there, if it's possible to rent it out, you can rent it out on Airbnb, and that property might make enough to pay back that loan. And if you buy something for $35,000, $40,000, I mean, you're gonna definitely make over $1,000 a month, when you're not there. So that would pay for itself. That would be enough to pay the utilities, pay the people to take care of the place, that cleans the place. And if you want to buy a property, you need somebody to manage your Airbnb for you. I mean, I manage my own Airbnb. And then I have people on the ground that do the cleaning and do the other management in person, but I manage from the back end, right? So I do that. So if you need that, also talk to me, because like I said, I'm getting myself into retirement, so I need things to do outside. So if I'm not going to be working, I need things to keep me busy. So I can just be out retired and getting buff. I don't want to get too big, in the gym all the time working out. I don't want to do all that. So guys, those are some of the things you need to think about, right? What you want to get to. Like, okay, well, this guy make a lot of money. I want to make a lot of money. Help me make a lot of money. Yes, but you need to think about your why and how long is your timeline. How long is your timeline, right? And also your risk level. Because if you have a 20, 30-year timeline, and then you don't have to buy stocks that pay 40, 50% yield. You don't have to. But if you got a 5-year, 2 to 3 year, 5-year plan, then yes, you might have to be a little bit more risky and buy stuff that pay higher yield, but also your risk level have to be right at that point too, because those stocks, the yield go up and down. One month it might be paying 90, next month it be paying 50. So the money that you're going to get the first month is going to be less the second month. So that's something to consider also. So I'm not just saying, oh yeah, it's all gravy. Yes, like I say, some months is more, some months is less. But if you buy things properly, even when it goes down, it really doesn't matter. It's more money than you making, right? And some things are related to crypto and Coinbase and Facebook and all them different individual companies, Tesla, Nvidia. So all them little companies, some of those high yield ETFs is attached. It's not owned by this company, but owned by a third party that track those companies, what they're doing, and write cover calls, right? Like options, I don't do options, but I use those as my options because they generate the income that I probably will lose doing options, and I don't have to be stressed out about that. They deal with it. If they're not doing too good, a couple of months, if I feel I'm not comfortable, I move my money out of there, take a little bit of loss, whatever it is, and that can be written off, right? That can be written off in the taxes, so that's cut down my income, right? So, there's a lot of ways to look at it, right? You only lose money when you sell. And sometimes it's okay to sell. It's okay to lose 300-400, or even lose 1,000. Sometimes it's okay to do that, because in the end, you can write that off. So you can be worried, oh well, I don't want to lose $1,000. I work so yeah, but it's $1,000. When you start making a lot, a dollar for some people, it's like $100 for some people. And when you get to a point, $100 for some people, it's like $1,000 to some people. So when you get to that point, when you lose $100, it's like you lose $1, right? And when you lose 1,000, like you lose 10. It's like some people are like, when they lose 1,000, it's a lot. But some people didn't lose 10,000. It's like they're losing 1,000. So I hope you got to understand the analogy, right? The more money you make, the less you worry about $1,000 or $2,000, because you're looking at the big picture, right? Me losing 1,000, okay, I really didn't lose because that's a write-off that cut down my income. There are less taxes I have to pay. Plus, I'm using that loss to cut down my income, right? So people look at things differently, but you always gotta look at it from the bright side. People are like, oh, I don't want to make too much money. I gotta pay taxes. If you want to be rich, you gotta pay taxes. You want to drive a Lamborghini, Farrakhan or Huracan, whatever you want to do, whatever them cars called, the name, the Urus, the Urus, all of those things, $200,000, $300,000 cars. The insurance alone on a $200,000 car, I don't even know what that is. There may be a few, even the taxes on a $200,000 car, it might be about $20,000, right? I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm just throwing a number out. So don't judge me. But that's some of the things. Before I got to this point, now I'm gonna say, oh, I come from a poor background. Well, no, if I say that, that's a lie. I came from a family that supported us. Until my dad passed away when I was 8 years old, my mom raised us all of us and took care of us, you know. And even when she was in her 70s, she didn't want to retire. She was still looking for work. Like, Mama, you don't need to work. No, I need to do. I don't want to depend on y'all. You know, that's her. I don't want to depend on y'all, my children, for nothing. So she said, my children, you know, African mother. I don't want to depend on y'all for nothing. I don't want your wife then telling me what my son can do for me, or, you know. So she did her own thing until she died. She was still working, and even though the company that she was working, she retired off that job and was getting money. She's like, that's not enough. I need to be busy. And until she died, she was still out there looking for a job at 82 years old. And she didn't need it. She getting Social Security, getting a pension for her job, but she was still looking for a job because she like, I don't want your wife telling me what you can do for me and what you can't do for me. You know, and I don't blame her, but that was her way of being active. She drove herself around at 82. She was driving to the market, doing everything until her last day. Because she was fine one day, the next day she's feeling dizzy. We took her to the hospital. You know, we had to do surgery. She come home a year later, and she was gone. And when she went into a coma, and then the next year, she went into a coma and never came back out of that coma. From driving around, that a couple of days that I talked to her, she was fine, messing with me as always, telling me when are you gonna settle down, all this good stuff, to just being gone, you know, and not get to see her granddaughter, Evie. So those things sometimes, you know, I get emotional when I think about it because I love my mother, my late mother, because she did everything for us, right? The only thing my mother didn't show me how to do was how to invest in stocks. But she was an investor. She owned real estate, right? She owned real estate for a long time. She worked in the government for a long time. So of course, once I got old enough, I started investing in real estate, right? Because that's what I knew. But now I know that's another way. Because, you know, for you to start to buy a property, you need 3% down of whatever the value is, right? And so you might get benefits and stuff like that. But to invest in the market, you just need $1. You just need $1 to invest in the market. You open your portfolio with a brokerage and deposit $10, $1, wherever the minimum is you want to deposit. You deposit. But I always say if you get a brokerage account that offers some benefits, try to put in the minimum of that brokerage. So, and then from there on, if you need to talk to me, send me a message. My email address is attached to this account. Let's see right here. My email address is attached right here. You just view the email address. It comes up, right? FordEdwin75@gmail.com. Send me an email on that, and then send me a message in the chat. Say, hey, Edwin, I send you an email because I don't check it all the time because I don't get a lot of emails there, so I don't really check it all the time, and it's not on my phone. I have to log into it. So, you know, like I said, guys, support the channel. You know, I need you guys for us to grow together and ask questions, right? You have to invest in your future. I'm still in Barranquilla. I'm in another apartment. I just checked in. I'm going to be here till tomorrow. I'll be heading back to Cartagena because my apartment in Cartagena is, the guest leaves tomorrow morning. So when they leave, I'll be back in there until I think the end of the week. I might leave and go somewhere else. I don't know for sure because my plans that I have made prior have changed. So I have to rearrange my plans. The trip to Mexico got canceled. I was going to go to another city and that got canceled because I was going to be there right now, but I'm still in Barranquilla. So things change, the plans change, and you move with it, right? So if you're living on dividends and your plan change, okay, you change for the plans. It's just money, guys. Remember, To be free financially, you need more money, right? To travel and leave and go where you want to, when you want to, they require money, right? If you like me and want to be able to leave and travel and go places whenever you want, then you have to start to put money away. Because you go in and spend money every month, every 2-3 months, however you guys do it, go on your trips. It's okay, but all you have left to show for that is memories, right? Maybe some pictures and stuff like that. But when you go and you can stay as long as you want, that's true freedom. You can stay as long as you want. You don't have to worry about getting back. You know what? I gotta go back because I gotta go drive my truck and go make money. Or I gotta go back to my 9 to 5. I only got 2 days or 2 weeks because my vacation time is over. You on an extended vacation. Now you get to see things differently than the guys who just come to visit for 1 week. They save their other vacation time, or they work remote and they can come for a week or two. Because you live in a different lifestyle. You know, where you're going to be spending on the less for a decent place, $50-$60 a day. You have an apartment for $200-$300, $400, depending on the area. If you're in the barrier, you can pay less. If you're on the stratus, you can pay less. And the main thing for me, I just got to have AC in a place where I feel safe. Everything else, I don't care, because I don't usually walk. I'm not a guy who walks around the neighborhood. I usually get out, get into my car, and go. Because I have to have a car, because I drive. I don't like people driving me. I like to leave when I want to, and not. And the insurance don't cost much here. The insurance here, I pay $120, I think $130 for the year for my insurance, right? That's what I pay for my car, my 2019 Renault Logan. Now, I don't have a car out here in Cartagena and Barranquilla. The plan is to either bring that car here, get another smaller car and leave it there, or get an SUV here because of the rain and stuff. So that's the plan, to do that. But like I said, you have to plan for these things. You can just get up and say, oh, I'm going to do it because it's what I want to do. You got to make plans and make sure you're doing it the right way. And in return, you're going to get to where you need to get to. Because everything is a plan. You know, everything is a plan. So as I say, you have to plan for your future, right? And you got to remember, it's not just about the money. The money is good, yes. But if you have the money and you're an idiot, as far as everything else, you might not get to keep the money. The money might be gone tomorrow. So you have to really invest in yourself, totally, right? You have to invest in yourself, totally, guys. I'm begging. You have to invest in yourself, your overall self, not just the money part. Now, the other guys out there that teach different things to do when you travel, all that stuff. This is not what this channel is about, right? This channel is about teaching guys, girls, you know, whether guys, girls, on how to invest. The things your mama, your daddy didn't teach you, or didn't know to teach you, is what I'm giving out here for free. Okay? You can take it or you can leave it. Last week, I was putting in about $76,000 a year. Not from my job, but from the stock market. Now, next week, tomorrow, when we get an update and update the portfolio, I'm expecting to be somewhere around $80,000 because we spent a lot of money. We spent almost $35,000 on Friday. We spent a lot of money on Friday. We do the two. Well, I don't know if it's 35,000. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but it's up there. I spent a lot of money between on Friday. And I show you guys that, right? What I spent. So the portfolio, the income should go up. Now, even if the market go down again, I mean the month is going. Today is tomorrow is the ninth, right? The month will be gone before you know it, and then the holiday is going to be here. November holiday is going to be here. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and by January, the goal is to have 10,000 in this portfolio every month. $10,000. Now, when this portfolio starts generating $10,000 a month, that's more than what I make, right, at my job after you take out taxes. $10,000 a month is more than what I make on my job, right? Now, even when I get to $7,000 a month, if I wasn't paying taxes, I mean, that would be close to what I make after taxes, right? So I'll be at my income level close. I still have to pay taxes on the dividend, but I mean, that's not the point, right? The point is to match or beat what you're making and then surpass that. So imagine I got two separate portfolios right now that's generating income. And they're kind of neck to neck, right? They're kind of neck to neck, 35, 40,000, 40, 35. They're kind of right there between each other, generating close to 40,000 each. Now, I'm getting Robinhood going. I'm getting E-Trade going. So to generate those, so I'm going to raise those up, right? And I don't put money from my check into this portfolio. Neither one of these portfolio. The only time I take money from my check and put it into the portfolio, that money go into my growth portfolio. I take money from my check, and that's why it's so low, right? Because I might add $200-300 a month in there from my check, and say, okay, well, this is going down. Let me buy a little bit of this. Let me buy a little bit of that. Because I always try to keep the portfolio green the best I can, or keep it close to the daily cost average. Now, some people say, well, I don't want to put money in there. It's already far gone. No, because eventually it's going to keep going down if you don't add nothing to it, if you don't reinvest, right? I do daily cost average, but I don't do it like people might invest $5-10 a day. I don't do that. If I have it, I invest it in a little bit more, a couple $1,000s here, and then I wait when the market go down. I invest a little bit, a few $1,000s, right? I don't just do in my other portfolio. Yeah, I buy what's down. That's what I do. I always done that. I always buy what's down, right? I'm not chasing, the dip. If something I own drop and I feel I need to buy it, I buy it, right? And that's why my portfolio in 5 years, my portfolio is where it is, right? So guys, I've been talking and look at the time already. Invest in yourself, guys. Invest in your future. Everything you need to know as far as dividend, as far as investing, I've made videos about that already. I know a lot. I've been showing my portfolio a lot, and on the weekends, I try to do a recap. And like I said, it might be time when I have to do 2 videos a day. It might be time, but we're still getting under 100 views now. Even though the channel, we just got to 124 subscribers today, but on average, most of the videos got 20 views, and these videos were, most of the videos got 20 views or more. So I mean, that's not bad. These are all the investment videos, right? So this one, another red day, got 15 views, 19 views here. Talking about my retirement number in the car, in the driveway. And then I got these videos down here, weekly update videos. By that time I was making $59,000, $57,000. I already added $25,000 to that amount, right? So I mean, these videos, this 14 view, this is the first week I started making videos. At that time, I was generating $21,000 a year, and then within 2 weeks, that number went from 21 to 32,000. So if you guys go back and look at the videos, everything is there, right? But the funny thing is, some of the videos, people watch the videos because they want to see you fail. Some of them people watch the content. They're not watching it because like, oh, he's doing good. Some people watching the videos because they want to see you fail. People are like that. It's not everybody wants you to see, even your friends or your family. It's not everybody wants you to be successful because they want to say, they want to be the one to tell you, well, I told you not to do that. But think about this. If you don't invest now, what is going to change in your life in 10 years? In 5 years? In 2 years? In 6 months? In 1 month? What is going to change in your life if you don't invest and keep doing what you're doing now? What is going to change? Like I say, this is the cheapest way to become a millionaire because of startup costs. And once your portfolio gets to 20 grand, you can use margins before then. I didn't start using margin until my portfolio got to 80,000 because I got two of them. One was 110, the other one had 84,000. But it took me less than 5 years to hit 100,000 because I have two portfolios. This is not including my retirement, my Roth, because I was investing in that too. But it took me less than 5 years to get this number to $300,000. Because I work in 2 jobs, investing 80% of one income only into the market, and then the other 20% was my fund money. Then on my other job, I was investing whatever required into my job, and that money was enough to cover my bills because I have a lot of expenses. I think most month I'm spending anywhere from $10,000 to $12,000 a month that's going out. Now some months I have to move things around to pay bills, but as it is now, I don't really have to do that anymore, but I still do it because I want my investment, my retirement money to get bigger. Because once I can cut out $6,000-$7,000 just by selling one property, because I can pay off all those little extra loans and stuff that I got to buy property in Colombia, refinancing my house. I can pay those loans off because that's the big chunk of money going there to those loans, or personal loans. I got like 2 personal loans. That taking 6, that's like $3,000 right there. My house is another $3,000. So if I sell the house and pay those 2 loans off, that's $6,000 gone, and I can still take that little $50,000 or $80,000 I get after selling the house and put it back into the market. And that's going to increase my dividend by another $3,000 to $4,000 a year. So, guys, I don't give you guys any of the information to brag. So they say, oh, he just showing off. No, this is not what it is. I'm not showing off. My goal is to encourage people that look like me to invest. I wasn't born in this country. I'm a U.S. citizen, but I wasn't born in the U.S. Okay? So you can't say, oh, well, there's nothing about giving with a silver spoon. Me and my siblings, we used to drive one car. When I got out of high school, they was in university. They used to take the bus to school, to university. And before that, we got one car. One car. It was 1, 2, 3, it was four of us, right? I mean count. I like to count, right? It's Edwin, it's John, it's Sigurd, and Enda, and Wesley, my brother's son, and my mama. Six of us living in one house with one car, right? Now, before we got the house, we were living with my brother and his wife, and at that time, the three children, soon to be four children. We lived in the basement. My mom was in the other room, and we slept in the basement. All the boys who slept in the basement. And at that time, we couldn't work because all our stuff wasn't done, right? Paperwork wasn't completed. We couldn't work, right? So my mom got a newspaper route. My mom went to university in the U.S., at Police Academy in the U.S., in Washington. She got a paper route, and my brothers, because at the time they were in university and I was in high school, excuse me, I was in high school, they would go do the paper route, right? They would go into a paper, at that time the newspaper, the Arkansas Gazette or whatever it used to be called. They would go through a paper route. And then on the weekend, right, on the days I didn't go to school, so like Friday and Saturday, I would go through a paper with them because on Sunday I couldn't do it because I had to go to school on Monday. Right? I would go through a paper with them so I could learn what they were doing. Now we're throwing paper at night, it's dark, early in the morning, go pick up the paper and go throw it. Because my mom used to do that too, even though she had her job, but she used to do that with us. Because my cousin got us doing that. And then we started doing that, and that's how we had income, right? So we were doing it until my oldest brother, one of my older brother, he went and bought my mom a house. He bought my mother a house, and we all moved into the house, right? The six of us. That was a 4-bedroom house, and it had 2 bathrooms. So we all lived in that house, and my other brother got my mom a car, so we were paying for the car, and we were paying for the house. The first car, I wrecked it. No, the first car my other brother wrecked it. It got totaled. It was a Hyundai, brand new Hyundai. He wrecked that car, and that got totaled. We got a Crown Victoria. I was driving in the middle of the night, going to see my girlfriend at the time, and black ice. I didn't know nothing about that. That car spun around, going over the bridge. I got missed by the smidget by a big old truck. Went away in the ditch. Okay. I left the car there, ran to the nearest phone to call the police. Because my first accident, I'm a young teenager. I think I was 18 or 19 by that time. And when I came back to where the car was, the police were already dead because somebody had called the police. Anyway, the car wasn't messed up too bad. We got it out, they got it out of the ditch, towed it to a yard, and eventually we got the car back. But I drove that car through high school, and that car will go to school, come home, pick somebody up, the person go to school, the person go to work, and that's how we did it, just moving around. So we had to be there for each other. Now, like I said, U.S. life and Africa life is different. So over time, things change because once you know how to build wealth, no matter where you go, given the opportunity, you're going to be successful, right? So over the years, things change, right? Over the years, things change. Now, I got into my field and learned because my mom wanted me to be a doctor. Of course, African parents, they wanted to be engineers, lawyers, or doctors. They didn't care about nothing else. I didn't want to be a doctor. I want to be a medical technologist. I want to work in a laboratory. But I ended up in the technology field by accident because my friend was going to the training. He's like, come on, Edwin, let's go. You might like it. And of course, I liked that. And by the time I got done with my training, I got out of the program I was in, and I've never looked back. And then people will be like, well, you made a mistake. But it's not a mistake. So I'm just giving you guys a little bit. So you can't be like, oh, well, he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Yes, I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. But that's changed after my dad passed away and we decided to move to America to be with the rest of the family when the Civil War happened in Liberia. So that's changed. So that people can say, oh, that's changed for the worse, that's changed for the better. We're living on the floor while running away from the Civil War, trying to get to my other siblings. But you don't think about where you are now. Think about where you need to be or where you're going. Think about where you want to be. And then plan for that. Right? Think about that. Because it's not everybody want to give you the secret. Right? And there's no secret, as you guys can see. I just buy certain things and I don't sell them. I just hold on to it, and it's like planting a mango tree, like this flower behind me here, right? Take that like a mango tree. Every year, if it's a mango tree, that tree is going to generate hundreds of mangoes, depending on how big it is. And you can sell those mangoes. You can make fruit jelly, mango jelly or whatever from those. You can do whatever you want. So you think you're going to cut down your mango tree that generates fruits and that you can make money off of at least once a year? No, depends on what how much fruit it generates. You're not going to cut it down. That's your mango. It generates money. So it's the same as the dividend stock. It generates income. In this case, they do it monthly. And every month, that money is coming in. The more you add to it, the more you buy, the next month it's going to generate more. So the goal is to not just take all the mangoes and then cut the tree down. It's to take a little bit more mango and plant another tree, 1 or 2 trees every year. So every year, instead of just having 1 mango tree, you might have 5 mango trees. So now the return you get is more over the years when that tree grows. It might take it 3, 4, 5 years to grow, however long it takes a tree to grow. Don't count for me on that. But you get the analogy. If you don't get it, then you don't get it. But that's the point. You take 1, 2, 3, and then you put back 2. You take a little bit, you put back some. You take a little bit, you put back some. And then a little bit you put back, get to multiply over the years. I don't know how much I can tell you guys to do this stuff. Sometimes I just get angry because I wish when I was in my 20s, when I started working and I didn't have all these bills and responsibilities, there was somebody out there to show me that you can just put a little bit away and that little bit kind of compound every year to where you will never need to work again. I wish I had somebody who would tell me that. This is not day trade where you go buy a stock and you have to sell it at the end of the day because you have a small account. No. This is not day trading. You don't have to meet the day trading rules or all that stuff. No. You buy it, it gives you money, and you put some of that money back, and you use what you need to if you need to use it. If you don't need to use that money, you let it grow for 20 years. And when it gets to where you need to be, you got that money that you need, then you live off of that. Over the years, you get to diversify into stuff that is safer. So your dividend might drop a little bit, but over the years, you have guaranteed $30,000, $40,000 that are coming in, no matter what the other stuff do. And you can live anywhere outside the U.S. $30,000, $40,000. My apartment is nicer than this that I have in Villavicencio. It's nicer than this apartment I'm in. 3 bedroom, too bad. Less than $400 a month. My light bill is a lot because I like the air. At night I turn the air on. So my light bill is between $100 to $200 a month. Right? Water is like $10, $7. Gas, because it depends how much I cook. It might be $25. And food is cheap. If you go into the market, $400 is, you can feed like 8 people a month with $400. Right? You can feed them. 8 people, $400 a month, that's nothing. In the US, that's enough for one a week, maybe with 4 kids. In Colombia, you can feed 8 people with that money. Less than $100 a month, a week. So guys, like I said, it's not all roses. But if you want to live in, if you want peace, if you don't have to worry about, if you want to go see your family, I mean, the airfare is a couple $100 round trip, $300-400 round trip. And you can go there, and I bet you by the time you get there 2-3 days, you're ready to come back because everything is just different. It's a different level of stress. Everything is fast paced. People trying to gobble each other up. It's just different. Anyway, guys, this is the second edition of Dividend Passport Board talking over here, right? So we talk financial freedom here, right? So that's the last video. That was 6 days ago. So we're gonna do this every Sunday. I try to do this Edwin Talk every Sunday. Eventually, like I said, I want this to be our live, where we go live and get other people involved on the call. But it depends how the channel is going to grow going forward and how we're growing. We are 124 subscribers. I would be very surprised if we're not at 1,000 subscribers before the month is over. I'll be very surprised in the way we are growing, right? And I always say I don't just want people to come and subscribe to the channel. I want people to subscribe that want to learn, that want to invest in the future. It's okay to get subscribers, yes, it's okay to get subscribers. But the goal is to help people. And not only help people, because the more people who get subscribing to the channel and investing, you guys are going to be learning stuff that is giving back to other people on this channel also. So it's not just for me, and I'm going to be learning from you guys. If you guys doing something that's working and your portfolio is doing good, yes, I want to see what you're doing, so maybe I can tweak my portfolio in a way that I'm not thinking about it, right? Because I'm not a professional. I'm just a guy on YouTube that share content on my portfolio and what I'm doing. So if you guys are doing something good, yes, I want to know. So maybe I can tweak my portfolio. It might generate me more income, or it might help me protect my portfolio even more. So yes, I want to know about those things. That's why I keep telling you guys to comments, join the Discord so we can have a conversation. That's the reason for all that. The Discord is free. My review of evaluation of what you're trying to do is free. Right now I'm giving my time for free. I'm not charging anybody. Like I said, if you want to do a call with me and you say, yeah, I'm going to schedule my time, and I make my time available for you, and we got a schedule. I'm not saying, oh, I'm going to call you at 1 o'clock and you don't call. That's different. But if we schedule, say, Edwin, this is the time we're going to be on the call. If you don't call me, and the next time I'll be like, no, I can't do it. You're going to have to pay me for my time. Because the time that I lose waiting for you, even though I can be doing something else, I cannot get that time back, right? And there's no way I know the selling time to where I can go buy it and get it back. So that time I'm wasting waiting for you, or I could be doing something else that you cancel because you're too busy or whatever, on the last minute, that's my time that I'm not getting back because I could be doing something else. So, guys, I appreciate you for supporting the channel. I had this thing open. I was going to talk about it. But, we all know the market was down because I've been talking about it from Friday, I talk about it Saturday, I talk about it today. So I'm not even going to talk about this no more. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Market's down. Yes. Tomorrow's a new day. This is how you become a millionaire. This is how you become a millionaire. You buy the dip when the market is down. Because the market always goes up. After every crash, a drop, the market recovers. It might take a little bit longer sometimes. Sometimes it's right away. Sometimes the market doing a correction, and that's okay. But the biggest mistake you can make is take your money out when the market is going down. That's the biggest mistake you can make. Especially when you buy, what you buy, you have confidence and you have done your due diligence and know the risk of what you are buying. So when they do go down, you're now rushing to go sell it. Okay, guys? So I'm going to leave that with you guys today. Invest in your future. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video, please, guys. When you watch the video, remember to like the video. If you can't share the video, that's okay. But when you like the video, the more you guys like the content, YouTube will bring the content to other people. Okay, we're a small channel. We just went from 50 subscribers, 60 subscribers last week to 120 this week. So I expect this number to double, if not triple, like my dividends in the next few days, coming next week. Now, it's going to be crazy next week if the market drops some more and we try to buy some more. Now, if the market go back up, if the market gain go up 2-3% next week, on Monday, I'll be happy because everything that I bought is going to be up 2-3% or more. So I'll be happy. If crypto can go up, if Ethereum can go up, I'll be happy because everything that I bought is going to go up. If Coinbase is going to go up, then everything that I bought on that part is going to be up, and I'm good, right? So guys, we're already passing an hour. And I'm not a big talker. When I get going, it's hard to stop, right? Just keep going and going and going. Subscribe to the channel, guys. I love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep watching the videos. Keep sharing the content. Keep liking the video. Okay, guys? Make sure to leave your comments and questions. I appreciate those things. They help me to look into what I need to make the next video because there's something I can talk about based on what you guys ask me or talking about in the comment. Instead of me just, freeballing this stuff. Okay, guys? I love y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease. Even though I don't have no hair, but it's my choice. I shave it off. So don't talk about me. Bye.